Hi friends, welcome to my channel The Concepto. In this video we shall graphically understand relationship of distance, displacement and velocity with respect to time. We have already taken up meanings of these terms in my previous video. You please follow the link in the description to watch. Okay, so going ahead, we shall study three kind of graphical relationships as you can see here: distance time graph, displacement time graph and velocity time graph. Slope of distance time graph gives speed, slope of distance displacement time graph gives velocity, and slope of velocity and time graph gives acceleration. Okay, fine. No need to memorize if you understand this. You see, change in distance means there is speed, right? If there is change in displacement with time, it means there is velocity. And if there is a change in velocity with time, that means there is an acceleration. So it's very simple to understand. I emphasize again to please watch my video on basic concepts of motion, which will definitely help you understand the graphical part. Okay, now we see that these quantities are dependent on time and may change with time, but certainly time cannot be dependent on any of these, right? Hence time is called independent parameter. And as a matter of fact, independent factors are always plotted on x-axis, the horizontal axis, right? And the other parameters are plotted on the y-axis. If we plot distances traveled by an object which was traveling in uniform speed, that means equal distance in equal interval of time. We see here every 2 seconds there was a distance traveled of 5 meters by the object. When we plot the data given in the table, we shall get a straight line and we get segments OA, AB and BC. We see here on segment OA that every 2 seconds the object travels a distance of 5 meters. At 4 seconds it travels 10 meter. At 6 seconds it travels 15 meter. Segment AB showed no change in distance of the object. From 6 seconds to 12 seconds there was no change. So this segment is considered, this segment shows that the object was at rest. And then from B to C, what we see that the motion was in opposite direction, because from 15 meter it came to 0 meter. Here we plotted a graph from the given data, right? From this data we plotted a graph like this. However, if we consider another scenario, that if we are given a distance time graph like this and we are required to calculate speed from this, then what we will do? We will find out in this case from the graph the slope of the graph. For example, from O to A, if we have to find the speed of the object, then what we will do? From O 0 to A, the object reached to a distance of 15 meter. Slope is calculated by dividing the rise by run. Rise is this, the height, okay, and run is this, the base, right? AD divided by OD, or we can alternatively call them as perpendicular divided by base. In a distance time graph, there is a direct relationship between slope and speed of an object. Simple. More the slope, more the speed, or vice versa. Higher the speed, higher will be the slope. It's simple. Here in the graph, we see that there are two objects, object 1 and object 2, which are in uniform motion in a straight line as shown by OP and OQ, right, respectively. If we calculate the speed of object 1 as S1, by finding slope as PA divided by OA. And for the object 2, we can find the same slope by dividing QA rise upon run OA. If we have to find the ratio, we can simply divide the speed of object 1 and object 2, and we will reach to a conclusion that the ratio of speed of two objects in this scenario can be represented by PA rise of object 1 and rise of object 2. In a velocity time graph, we plot changes in velocity with respect to time. Right? Here, slope shall represent acceleration. It's a straight line, so it's uniform acceleration. In this graph, let us understand that an object changes its velocity from v1 to v2 over a period of time from t1 to t2. Right? Hence, we can easily find out acceleration achieved from point Q to point P by finding slope as PR divided by QR. Change in velocity is from v2 to v1, and change in time is t2 minus t1. So acceleration can be found out by dividing the change in velocity by change in time as well. One important and practical aspect of velocity time graph is that the area enclosed by the velocity time graph and time axis denotes total distance traveled by the object. Hence, if we have velocity time graph, we can easily find out the distance traveled by the object by calculating the area enclosed. Here an object travels from position O to A to B and then to C. In this case, we can find out the total distance traveled by this object by calculating the area enclosed by the velocity time graph with time axis. So here we can calculate the total distance traveled by the object by finding the area of the triangle OAP, this one, and area of the rectangle ABPQ, this one, plus the area of the triangle BQC. This we can find out by applying the mathematical formula, and we can find out the total distance traveled by the object. Please keep watching, and in the next video we shall study 3 equations of motion. Please subscribe and press bell icon for updation.